What is shaking, everybody? It is Monday. After another Niners game, miraculous Niner victory, an incredible game. We've seen about 4 or 5 of those this year, and as always, joined by my good friend, member of the 49er Hall of Fame, number 84 on your scorecard, number 1 in your hearts, Brent Jones. Brent, how are you?
Tommy, I'm pretty good. I was about to be not good late last night, but we decided to make one play on defense. We waited to the last play of the game.
Yeah, one play. We're good.
Play.
We are good.
We don't even have to talk about any defensive statistics, players, whatever today, because
just that
they did nothing of any significance until the very end of the game.
Yeah, that was rough. All right, before we get to the game, though, we got to let me take care of some business real quick. The show brought to you by Fieldwork, and I'm not even saying it. It's Lou saying it. You can tell. You can't see her mouth moving, but she's saying it. Fieldwork, the official non-alcoholic beer of the San Jose Sharks, and not just non-alcoholic beer. They got all kinds of good stuff down there. They got pulp down there. So I think Clear Skies is on in cans down there. Hazy Trains in cans down there. So you can get all the Fieldwork good stuff while you're down there. And if Tyler Toffoli scores or has an assist, go to any local Fieldwork and get yourself 50% off your first draft beer or non-alcoholic beverage. And and I just saw this week Fieldwork donated $100,000 to Berkeley Humane. So well done, Fieldwork. One of the reasons I love being affiliated with them, not only is a great beer, but the great work they do in the community. And, animals obviously are near and dear to my heart. So thank you to Fieldwork for sponsoring the show. We appreciate it. All right, let's get to 3 things real quick before we get to the game. How's the bicep?
Bicep it's still there. I still got my little half cast going.
Nice.
I took the sling off for a while, but my shoulder was aching yesterday, so I had to go back and put it on.
Yeah, my biceps kind of hurt. I don't even have a bicep anymore. I don't lift.
I got
a. Well, what happened is I, like you're an athlete. You like to stay in shape. You lift. So I used to go to the gym all the time and lift after I was playing. But then after I had my aortic operation, one of the first things they told me to do was not lift, not strain when you're lifting.
Interesting.
So I was lifting, but I didn't want to strain. And then I just got out of lifting because you always strain when you lift a little bit, like the last couple reps.
Absolutely.
So I was like, yeah, they just told me, they go, you don't want to raise your blood pressure. So I've been very cognizant of keeping my blood pressure low. So I might get back into it, though. Although I don't want to be I'm going to have to do it in my garage. I don't mind using 20-pound weights and stuff like that. I mean, if I use the bands, just shoot me. If I'm in there, with the bands, and I'm not saying you shouldn't use them. They're just certain standards I have as a former professional athlete that, it bothers me still, Brent. When I'm out there walking, that somebody older than me is walking fast. I'm like, fucking, who is this guy? Man. I feel like tracking him down, but I can't anymore.
I know. It is. It's the pride. You can't do it.
So pride, man.
I'm going to have to drop down to lower weights for a while. And I don't even know if anybody at my gym even knows I played, but I know I played.
That's the only person that needs to know.
That's exactly right.
So, you can't, because you're looking yourself in the mirror and you're going, what happened to me? I played at the highest level, and geez, what? And you get some dude over there who's and you're like, you don't even know. And then you I'm going to put on 5 more pounds. Pop. All right, how was Christmas?
Christmas was great. It's always fun with the family, the whole crew. Had my folks over, my mother-in-law, all the way down to the grandkids. So it was all in. I will say, and of course everybody loves presents and all that. But there was little attention paid to the game going on in the background, which is a rarity because the games on Christmas really meant nothing. And so it was just more like elevator music in the background. So that was kind of different because usually there's at least one matchup, right, that you'd like to see. But this year, nothing.
No, I didn't watch hardly.
It's probably a good thing.
Actually, yeah, I was actually under the weather. I didn't even go to the Warrior game. I stayed at home. I stayed at home. They're like,
man.
"Nah, to stay home. We don't want you to get everybody sick." So I didn't even call the guys. Like, so yeah, I wasn't feeling good. I probably watched 8 minutes of the Warrior game, and that was it. Fell asleep, and then I was out. And then by the time I woke up, I was like, "Do I watch Broncos? Nah. Don't know what? Nah." I just like laid in bed, and yeah. So, anywho, I mean, it was fine. It is what it was. Everybody had a good time, and we had a good time. And
you were with your whole. You weren't all solo this time,
no.
like Thanksgiving.
Exactly. Thank you. Now I'm going to give you last one before we get to the night game. I was telling Brent, I go, Brent, can we do the show? Give you a little behind the scenes. You go, can we do the show at 1:15? Or one's still fine. He goes, no, 1:15 works better for me. So I'm like, cool. I'm going to run to Safeway real quick and grab some goodies for dinner tonight because I'm cooking. And then it became 1:20 because something going on with the checker. I don't know. But I'm going to give you a guess as to what I'm fixing tonight, and I'll give you a clue. It's like a quintessential comfort food from back in our youth. I'm not sure if you liked it or didn't like it, but I'm sure most people our age had it. Their mom cooked it at one point or another. A lot of different recipes in it. I can't even say what it comes in because then you'll know. What was like a quintessential like comfort food growing up?
For the Jones family, it would have been like a sloppy Joe. That would have been.
Oh, my mom made those
legendary.
too.
In fact, I don't even know if I've had one for 20 years.
This I haven't had probably in 40 years.
Come on. Okay, let me think. Pronto Pup.
What? Pronto Pup? What
that
is
was
that?
Like a hot dog
like a San Jose hot dog?
Like dough. Almost like a corn dog, but not fried.
Wow, I've never had that. I don't even know what that is.
Oh, dang.
Okay. Wow, I'm gonna have to try one of those.
Pronto Pup.
I'll give you a clue. One of the ingredients you're not getting fresh in Dallas.
Okay.
You're not getting it fresh in Dallas.
Are you having golly sakes.
You got to think comfort food.
I know. I'm thinking.
Okay, pasta is part of it.
Okay. Are you having let's see. Obviously shrimp is in there somewhere.
No, but you're close. You're
really?
close. Like it is a part of the
I'm doing really bad.
No, you're close though. You could see it on Jacques Cousteau swimming by, possibly. There's about 8 different varieties of it. I'll just give it to you.
You just got to give it to me.
Maybe you've never had it before.
Maybe I haven't.
Tuna casserole.
Oh, yeah. I would have never guessed that because 1, I've never had it. 2,
you've never had a tuna casserole?
No. If my mom made that, we would have shut her down in Chinatown.
Oh, no. Come on. You're not shutting mom down.
Absolutely.
That's not, no
we
chance.
Would have.
You're kidding.
We would have. She wouldn't have made it because my dad, nor my brother, nor I would have let it in the house. So I would have never guessed that. You could have given me a million guesses.
Now, how do you know?
Food? Is that a comfort food? Like, are you all fired up to go to Safeway and shop for that stuff?
I don't know if I'm fired up or not. It just kind of hit me today. Because I kind of wanted to make a casserole, and my mom made tuna casserole occasionally, not a lot, but occasionally. And I thought, okay, I don't want to do like the old like tuna casserole. So like I bought like really good ingredients that go along with it. Are you
saying your mom didn't buy good ingredients?
Well, I don't know there was good ingredients back then. You got what you got.
Made tuna casserole, but I'm gonna get some really good ingredients.
You got what you got at Alpha Beta back in the day. No, so so look, it has spinach.
Yeah.
Italian parsley, capers, the pasta, obviously, white wine, thyme, salt, pepper, garlic. I forget what else. I mean, yeah, but as soon as you say tuna, people are like,
sounds good on the surface until you throw in the tuna. And you say casserole. You just saying casserole almost just takes me out of the running.
It. You know what? One Thanksgiving, I was back in Charlotte, and I've told this story before. I don't know if I've told it to you. So she's back in Charlotte, and I'm back in Charlotte. She's coming out to get some things for the rest of the. We're going to be there the rest of the year. So I'm at home by myself. Me and my dog Thunder were there for Thanksgiving, and I sat there and watched in this room where the TV was literally like 25 feet away. It was at the other end of the room. I was at it was a massive room. So I went and I go, well, I'm going to get some, I go Thanksgiving morning. The store's got to be open for like 3 or 4 hours. No, I'm in Charlotte, baby. This is like Bible. This is the Bible Belt. Like not a chance they're open. So I'm like, I just wanted to get one of those little like to-go plates, turkey, gravy, mashed potatoes. I'm like, oh, they'll have one of those, just like a little single serving. Nope. So I spent that day sitting on my couch watching football, and I had a 6-pack of Coors Light and 2 cans of tuna. That's what I had. That was my Thanksgiving dinner. I was eating tuna with a fork, drinking Coors Lights.
Dude, that's hilarious. I had no idea that's a comfort food.
Yeah. Well, I think anything kind of casserole. I think casserole is kind of considered comfort food, right? Heavy. You eat it when it's cold outside, stuff like that. Like I just made some chili last week. That's definitely comfort food.
For sure.
So I think I made it too hot again. I got to take some of the spice out of that because every year I need spice and Haley needs spice. Lori, Weston, not so much. And I think I overdid it again. I tried not to, but yeah. You can hear him in the bathroom, like howling. I'm like, I made it too hot again.
Man.
Damn it. Sorry.
When I was younger, I loved it really hot and spicy. And then the older I get, it's just a little is fine.
Yeah, I know. I still like it, but it's harder for the body to take it. It kind of fights against it. It's like, oh no, here comes this down the hatch. This isn't going to be good. All right, let's get to the game, which was. I don't know how many times we've said this. That might have been the best game all year for the night. Like we've had Seattle first game. We've had Rams middle of the year in LA. We've had this game. I mean, even the Arizona game I'll wedge in there. That was like, wow, what just happened? And like, I can't remember. And look, you're a part of the 49ers. I don't really consider myself a sports fan as much as I was before I started playing professional basketball.
You start rooting more. We'll have to talk about that someday.
Yeah, we will, because it's interesting. I root for people now. Yeah, I like Kyle. I like Kyle. Bob Sargent's a friend of mine. He's part of the organization over there. I love Bob.
Good man.
I didn't get a chance to hear Pop's call. I hope it was fantastic. I'm sure it was last night. And we had Tim Ryan on the radio for years and years. So I know some people in the organization. And I like him. I'd like to see him do well. I'd like to see him have success. John Lynch, I know a little bit. But I'm not a fan as much as I used to be, except for the Angels, who I my baseball team growing up, and the Arizona Wildcats, who I played for. This year, I feel like I'm sliding over. Like it's been my most fun year watching. Like Berger and I was like, at the end of the game, when the ball fell on the ground, we're like, woo, yeah. I was like, what the hell am I doing? Like,
you didn't chest bump him, did you?
No, we did not chest bump. We did not chest bump. I don't know which one. We both would have ended up on the ground. That would have been horrible. It would have been a bad scene. Limbs would have been like all broken and.
Oh man, that is so
it would have been. But like that was exciting. Like the same feeling I got when Collins punched the ball from Kyron Williams at the goal line down in LA when they beat the Rams. Like, oh my God. Like they couldn't get a stop all game and they get it and they get pressure on him with like two or three guys. It's just been so much fun this year. Like this is what sports are supposed to be about. Like sitting down, having fun. There's going to be a little like some drama involved in it. You're not sure exactly which way it's going to go. It's not easy. And they've had so many games this year that they've ended up on the right side of those. Like, oh my God, this is like, oh, they won. How'd they do that? It's just been a fun year.
It has been so rewarding as a fan to be honest with you, because, we had brutal injuries to start the season. And then when Fred Warner got hurt, it was like, okay, we're not really going anywhere. And we hung on against a few crummy teams and then beat the Rams on that crazy game. I mean, that was just the Mac Jones coming out of the blue. There's so many different people that you can point to without our some of our studs. And I think lack of expectations plus winning and being in the position we are right now has made it just spectacular across the board. And the funny thing is, the more you win and the more you keep going, now everyone has expectations. Like, I'm going to be so bummed if we don't get the number 1 seed, which sounds outrageous. And I can't help myself from thinking I'm going to be really bummed. And it's amazing that we've made the playoffs. It's amazing that we've won 12 games so far. It's really remarkable across the board, whether it's coaching, whether it's backup guys that have come here, as free agents, guys that, were drafted this year. I mean, it really is impressive. Kyle's done a ridiculously fantastic job across the board. And it's just been fun. I mean, that game was so much fun last night, and I was on the edge of my seat. I was so excited and frustrated at the same time. Like, seriously, we had as many stops as our defense did, you and I. And so, other than the last play, and I got to say, it felt so good, I didn't even care. And yes, we already know our defense is depleted. We already know that against good teams, we're going to be put on the spot, that we have to not punt very often. We already know that we've got to keep it close. We've got to win the special teams battle. Those are just the things. But that was a great home field win. And I got to say, playing in Levi's is a huge advantage for us against premier teams. And I think the Seahawks are going to find it tough to play. And I think our fans got to come ready on Saturday night, that one caught me off guard too. I was the game was over, celebrating, and we go to bed, and they said, "Oh, we're going to give you the NFL schedule." I'm like, what are they going to do? And all of a sudden, bam, we got thrown on Saturday. I did not see that coming.
I guess because maybe Sunday Night Football didn't want Niners back-to-back weeks.
I mean,
and maybe ABC wanted it. Maybe ABC said, "Hey, that's the game we want. We want to have the Niners in the sea." Like, I have no idea how that all gets figured out. I don't know who gets first pick. Does ABC? Does Fox? Does NBC? I don't know. Like, I don't know how they figure that stuff out.
So it's funny that you say that, because obviously last night a premier NFC matchup got taken away from Fox, but it's taken away even before the season starts, right? I mean, that's already pre-scheduled. So I do like the NFL having flex capabilities down the stretch. There needed to be more games flexed this year. There has to be another, because I hate crappy matchups down the stretch. And it feels like there's been so many. And, we're going to have a couple teams playing for playoffs or you're out next week, which will be nice. But those teams are not great teams. I mean, in most years, those teams wouldn't be in the playoffs. They're that bad. Yeah. I mean, it's just, this is the year. And I was telling a few people for a while now, any team can win it this year in the playoffs. And Houston could be the greatest dark horse right now. I'd think about throwing some money on them, because their defense is serious, and they are putting pressure on the quarterback every play. And J.C. Stroud has come around to be solid. He hasn't been as spectacular as his first year, but he's been pretty solid. And they've been able to do some things. They have some weapons, and you think about it. And so the 49ers, can we win it all? We're going to be happy to be in the playoffs, 5 or 6 weeks ago. And you kind of never know once you get in, but nobody was really thinking, we could win it. We could play all the home games. and now we're on the cusp. So I certainly don't want to jinx it, but man, we have as good a shot as anybody. We just need to figure out, we've got to come up with something that's unique or different to just get us a few stops on the defensive side of the ball. Because going against good offense, we're in trouble. And the Bears are pretty dang good offense, and they proved it last night.
Yeah, it's interesting because, look, I mean, I think they're going to be fun. The Ravens and the Steelers will be fun to watch. And I know it's not Ray Lewis, Roethlisberger, and all those were great games. This is not that. Panthers and Buccaneers, it'll be fun to watch. Is it like star-studded? No. And I tell people, I go, look, just the virtue of it being an elimination game makes it fun to watch.
Absolutely.
But it doesn't mean it's good.
No.
And this is my argument always with the play-in game in the NBA. I'm like, look, it's going to get good ratings. It's a single game elimination. People love that stuff. Of course, I watch it. That's why the NCAA tournament is so much fun to watch. You one slip up, you're done. You're out. I go, It doesn't mean it's good. It doesn't mean it's good. So let's get that straight. Just because you're playing for a right to be in the playoffs doesn't mean you necessarily deserve to be there, that you're good enough to be there. But it's single elimination, so it'll be fun to watch.
Yeah, I agree. I do feel bad for the Steelers a little bit. You know, DK Metcalf getting this 2-game suspension.
Full DK.
It was ridiculous, and yet, you know, the team goes the whole season, and they would have been in position to, you know, they probably win that game with DK Metcalf playing yesterday. And it's one thing that to lose one game without him, but now they're facing 2 games without him, and it's
rough.
Just, you know, it affects every guy on that team, everything that's been done all season. And so you hate to see, you know, it was a stupid play basically off the field.
Yeah.
You know,
they're probably like, when they had DK in the middle of the season, they're like, oh man, we're so happy we got rid of Pickens. He was a real head case. No, you did it. You did. No. Did you see the guy? I didn't read it. I didn't listen to it. I didn't want to listen to it. Didn't want to hear it. But the guy had a Zoom call. The guy that got hit by DK or whatever, because DK said he used racial slurs, which he said I didn't use it. And I don't know if he used it. I don't know that he didn't use it. I have no idea. So I wouldn't even begin to comment on that. But I will comment on this. If you go to a press, like a Zoom call, and apparently the first minute or minute and a half, the mute was on, so that nobody could hear him. The second thing was, if you wear a suit, nice collared shirt, no tie, but look sharp at the suit and the collar, and then a backwards lion hat. I'm like, bro, get off my screen, get off of my scroll. If you're gonna wear the suit, the collared shirt, and the backwards lion hat, guilty. You get nothing. I don't even need to hear anything else.
Nope. Didn't hear him, saw pictures of it, read about it, and I thought, that guy is a massive clown. And it would have been hard not to punch him, because he's that big of a doofus. And if you're a fan, you come to a game and say stuff that's not okay. Do I think he used the N-word? I don't know. I probably not. But it didn't matter if he said some other stuff. And you know what? Yep. You have the right to get freaking punched. You know what? You're an idiot. Did DK Metcalf step over the line? Yeah. But I'd much rather have him, you know, fine him than suspend him for a couple of games and hurt the whole team. It sounds crazy, but I think people always take the fans' perspective. And as a player, there's some fans that are freaking out of control that deserve
out of control. No, I agree with you.
I'd love to throw some fans out there on the field and go. Because there's, you know, that guy was a wannabe guy. I heard he had a tryout or whatever. I don't know if it's true, but you know what? The wannabe guys like that, man.
No, I'm with you. I'm with Barkley on this, that there are people that deserve to be yanked out of the stands and get punched because they know they have that wall.
Yep.
Not a physical wall, but a wall nonetheless, that they know that the athletes are not supposed to go in, and they can get fined. They lose a lot of money, lose a lot of games, all that. So they understand, and that's why they go over the line, because they know you're not coming in the stands. Every once in a while, the animals get out of their cages, and every once in a while, someone's going to go into the stands. Now, I'm not condoning what Ron Artest did. I'm not condoning what Steven Jackson did. Because if you're going to do it, at least get the right guy. They got the wrong,
Hey, there's some guys that if you're going to say stuff to them, those guys don't care.
Yeah, exactly.
There's some guys, most guys care. There's some guys, you pick the wrong guy, and you and I both know if you are picking on the wrong guy, watch out, because that cage is down.
And it was all good, because Artest was laying on the scorer's table, and then somebody threw a cup and hit him, and I go, uh-oh, you're in deep trouble now. Ron just snapped. But my favorite part of the story, and I'll get back to it in a second, but my favorite part of the story is Kevin O'Neill was an assistant coach for the Pacers at the time. He was my assistant in Arizona. I've known Kevin a long time. And he said he walked in there, and Steven Jackson actually told me the story too. Said he walked in there after the whole melee had happened. They calmed everybody down, got him in the locker room and everything. And Kevin told me that Ron Artest looked at me, goes, and I think he might have looked at Steven Jackson, maybe, and Kevin overheard him and goes, "You think we're gonna get in trouble for this?" Get in trouble? Get what? You may not play again. Get in trouble? You just went up in the stands and you were grabbing fans by the collars and this guy, boom, boom, this boom. But that was Ron. But there were people that came onto the court. I remember Jermaine O'Neal swung at one guy and he missed him. His back foot slipped and he just kind of grazed him. And I was like, oh, I wish he would have clocked him, but I'm really happy that he didn't. Because if he would have connected, that'd have been so bad. But, and I know this sounds like, what do you mean, but? There shouldn't be a but attached to this. But if you're a fan, you have no right to be on the court. You have no right to be on the field. You have no right to be on the diamond. You come out there and you think, well, I'm just going to run out there and, pat you on the back. The athletes don't know what you're coming on the field for. They have no idea what you're coming on the field for. So I have no sympathy for fans. None. That come on the court, field, diamond. They don't come on the ice. They look like idiots. But you come out there, you deserve what you get. You get punched right in your face. Guess what? You wouldn't have got punched in your face if you had stayed in your seat. But you come on the court, and that to me has always upset me, that you get all these fans that run onto the court or field, and even the ones that don't hit anybody, Brent, but taunt the opposing team that loses. It's like, punch those guys too. Stay in your seat. Your ticket doesn't say you get to be part of the action. If you want to be part of the action, then you're going to get the full Monty. And that may include being touched up. Anyway, you got me. There you go. Look at Babs coming up big. Plaxico Burress had the gun in his sweats. Antonio Brown.
It's a magnet.
Yeah, Antonio Brown.
I would have turned out like that. Way to go, Babs.
Pickens, Metcalf. That's good. Oh, I remember when Swan got cheap shotted
on the night of the Colts game when Bergie got manhandled and had to go to his in-laws or whatever. And when I stayed up late, I should have called it last night.
You were a trooper. You were an absolute trooper. Yeah, we were out here till about, we were out here like 10:30 last night. That was exciting as hell. But we're definitely going to I told him we'd all get together and do a playoff game. Like after a playoff game, you'll be able to come on and we'll do it and we'll see what time they are. Unfortunately, I was looking forward to doing one Saturday, but I got a Warrior game on Saturday, so I'll be actually working on Saturday.
Man, are you kidding?
I know it's rough. I looked at the schedule. I go Saturday. Yeah, I know. Thanks.
Oh, sorry. Oh, I meant the Warriors game.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, Warriors Jazz. Hey, hopefully they get a W. They need to get a couple of those. So, all right, let's get back to the game. So, right off the rip, right, the pick six, not I wouldn't say that was Juwan Jennings' best route that he's ever run. Bergie pointed out, he goes a little choppy in the steps, didn't quite get in front of it. He goes, it just wasn't a great route. So, but anyway,
didn't really come out of the break and kind of got knocked off. I could have argued for interference when I saw live. I thought, oh, there's a flag, but he let the DB run right through his shoulder and get it, and it was a little frustrating. But I was like, come on,
yeah, well, not only the pick six, because I was like thinking pick six, not the way you want to start, but if you're going to have a pick six, make it the first play of the game. So there's 59 minutes and 45 seconds left in the game.
Yeah.
But then come to find out, it's like, oh, Trent Williams is out too. I was like, okay. I go, I'm really getting tired of counting these guys because he was one of the ones. It's him and RoboCop Christian McCaffrey who's out there. But I think they hang him next to Ted Williams' head every Monday. They just put him in the meat locker, put him in the cryo chamber next to Ted Williams' head. They talk about baseball.
Ted.
Yeah, but Trent was supposed to be one of those guys too, and then he gets hurt. I'm like, I go, there's no way. I go pick six and Trent gets hurt.
Absolutely can see why.
Unbelievable. And then who was it? Pleasance, I believe the tackle that filled in for him. Like we're doing the show last night. I'm like, I don't even know who that guy is, but he was outstanding.
He was dang good, and I know they chipped on his side more than a few times, but I'd take that performance all day long. Man, good for him. What a studly, gutsy performance too.
Fantastic. Like that's the one thing we talked about last night was like the line was really good.
They were
last night, and it's been really good the last two games. Their best two running games of the year been the last two games. Like I don't know exactly what to make of it. I don't really care. It's just nice to see the line do their thing, protect Purdy. Purdy looks fully healthy now. Like he's moving around, he's darting, he's moving, he's changing direction. But McCaffrey 2 weeks in a row now, and in large part because, well, he's a stud, and the offensive line has done it with Williams and without Williams last night. That's the biggest revelation for me the last couple weeks is, wow, if you start mixing the running game, a good running game with Purdy, they might score 35 the rest of the way.
They absolutely might. And we got to talk about the other under the radar hero, Jake Tonjes.
Yes.
Holy smokes. I mean, because when Kittle's out, defenses play us differently. And Tonjes was just a super stud, making some big catches, tough to catch catches, and then hanging on, getting us a couple of key first downs, obviously the touchdown. I mean, it was super impressive, and that just changes things on the outside. That allows Jennings to get open a little bit. Having Ricky back and rolling, that guy is a well-oiled machine running routes. When he's healthy, that guy's going to get open. He's just going to get open, and he's tough, and he's relentless, and I love watching him. And to be honest, that was a hell of a pick for us because guys don't come in and just rock and roll right away. And so he's been awesome, and it's been really great to see. Now, I know that he kind of had, I was going to say, kind of a year under his belt, but it really wasn't a year. It was a couple of games. So I count him as almost like a rookie this year.
I'm looking right now because I wanted to make sure that I get it right. I think McCaffrey last night was high fives, low sixes yards.
I think he was over 6 because I must have saw it somewhere.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I did math during the game. I don't recall.
He's still on pain meds?
No, I'm off. You got that going.
Are you? Yeah, I'm not a pain meds guy either. As soon as I can get off of them, I just want to get off them.
I do too.
But you are right. 6.1 yards per carry.
Nice.
Yep, 6.1 yards per carry. And then 2 weeks ago, he was 21 carries, 117 yards. So he was just under 6. So high fives. I mean, look at this. I mean, I don't want to go over every game, but only against Atlanta did he have over 5 yards a carry. He had 28 for 106 against the Giants. That's a lot of carries. That's not even 4 yards a carry. 12 for 30, 13 for 81. That's over 6, but limited carries. 24 for 89, 20 for 53, 22 for 73. And then the last 2 games, 21 for 117, 23 for 140. I mean, I'm telling you, because we know that's Kyle's MO. Like, Kyle loves to run. I think every coach would rather run the ball if they could, but Kyle loves to get to 30 carries. But if the offensive line's starting to click and he's starting to get 5.5 yards a carry, that's a scary proposition for opponents, because we know they're going to need to score 28 probably to win in the playoffs, but that might not be a problem the way they're going right now.
Yeah, I agree completely. I think one of the other things that we're going to have in our toolkit all of a sudden is I think we're going to see more 2 tight ends where Tonjes is a legitimate threat, and you're going to get like your 5th worst cover guy trying to cover him because you can't cover Kittle, McCaffrey, and Tonjes. And so I'm thinking we might see a few more 2 tight end sets and actually get him the ball every now and then just to keep defenses honest. And so all those things add up. But Tom, you nailed it when the line's rolling, and we had some more lanes last night, and you see McCaffrey in open space. That guy hasn't lost anything. In fact,
no,
I would argue that he's picking up the pace down the stretch here and looked as good as he has all year. He's just a machine catching the ball out of the backfield. And I think people take that for granted. Most running backs don't do it. They don't catch well, and they don't understand receiving well. And he does both of those at a very high level.
I think the most surprising thing about last night, Brent, was they ran as effectively, if not more so, than they did against the Colts without Williams and without Kittle. Those 2 guys played against the Colts. They didn't play. You're talking about one of the best left tackles in the game, and if not the best blocking tight end in the game, certainly the best blocking tight end in the game, who's also a threat catching the ball 50, 60 times a year, if not more. So to lose those 2 guys, which is one of the best tackles and kind of a de facto tackle, and Kittle, that's impressive. Like, I came out of that game feeling a lot of different things, but that was the one that popped into my head first. Was like, wow, they didn't even have their 2 guys, and the running game starting to gel. Like, how impressed were you? I mean, I know you were impressed, but that was still a shocker to me. Like, wow, they did that. They did that without. And I know the Bears aren't like, it's not the 85 Bears against the run. I get that, but still, I mean, you're missing maybe your 2 best guys on the line, and they go out and do what they did.
It was super, super impressive. And it's weird. I felt like we were going to win the whole time up until the very end. And then I was like, you got to be kidding me. Like, for a split second, when Juwan Jennings caught his pass, I thought to myself, go down on the 5. But that's a little gutsy because there was 2 minutes and 15 seconds left. Like, go down. Let's make them burn some timeouts and burn a little clock. But that's being overconfident. But, yeah, I didn't like scoring as early as we did, in all honesty, because our defense just didn't have it last night. They had our number all night. They just did. And that last drive was so painful to watch. It was just up until the last play. I was just,
I know.
just, come on. Are you kidding me? We had a couple of penalties in there, and I was like, I'm not sure what the ref sees sometimes. But,
I don't know if Ogden still has it loaded up, but I don't know if we can play it. We played it last night. The Purdy touchdown pass to why am I blanking on his name? Why am I blanking on the fullback's name?
Oh, it's Juice.
Juice. Yeah, I that was amazing.
That was amazing.
That was it was like, oh, throw it away, just get rid of it. Oh my God, what? What? Well, how did that happen? He's back. He's forward. He's back.
and it's funny because Collinsworth did a perfect analysis of himself calling it, because he said, like he said, if it was Mahomes, people would be going crazy, and then he said, I'd be going crazy, and then
he wasn't lying.
He gave Purdy the appropriate respect that he deserves, that guys with a fine talent eye saw long ago, but some people have had to take them a long time to get on the bandwagon. Come on aboard. We'll take you. Here, Tom, give that guy a hand up onto the bandwagon.
I got him. I got him.
On it for a long
here it
time.
is. Let's blow it up for you. I could watch this. It's just,
he's
right there. I was like, okay, throw it away. Okay, just get rid of it. Don't take a sack. Okay, run it. Oh, what?
He basically deked 4 Bears. Yeah. These first 2 right here. Whoop, whoop. And then the 2 covering you shit. Oh, you're going to run? No, I'm going to pass.
It's just silly. It was just like the crazy thing about it is the calm.
Wow.
That he had.
So calm.
That was wow, look at the calmness of him back and moving forward. And then, he splits the 2 Bears defensive linemen. And then as he's coming, he sucks up the DBs, because I thought he was going to run it too. I was like, run it. And then he sucked him up and then he threw it. And I was like, what the? Wow.
It was a wow.
I mean, because to me right now, that's if you're going to have a highlight of this year, that's the play. That's the headliner right there. There've been a few of them, but that's a headliner. Maybe that one and the Purdy throw to Tonjes against Seattle, the first game of the year, would definitely be up there. And there's a few plays that are up there, no doubt. But that one was just, that had it all. I don't know why Steph Curry popped into my head, just going back and forth, and I was like, what? Because Steph does that a lot, where you're like, oh, what do you know? Now, not anymore, because now that Steph has fully become Steph, you're just like, they do what you want. But back in the day, he had a play against the Clippers where he's back and forth and in front of the 3-point line, behind the 3-point line, dribbling, and then all of a sudden he just shot it. I was like, what do you do? Oh, wow, okay. It's okay. I trust you. Go ahead and do what you're gonna do. But it reminded me of that last night. That I still watch that and go, wow, that. Brent, I know, because there's a lot of people I think today that are like, okay, maybe I was wrong. Maybe, and I don't buy it. I still believe they're only saying it because they have to say it, and people are saying, because you can't say anything other than how good he's been the last couple games. I mean, and is he this good? I don't know. I don't know if he's this good. He's been so good, and it's a 2-game stretch. So I'm not going to say, okay, this is who look, if this is who he is every game, they're going to win the Super Bowl. No one's going to be able to stop him. So guys get hot, guys get cold. But I think we, like you said, we've said he's been a good quarterback for a while now. I think people that say it feel like, well, now I'm an idiot if I don't say it. Yeah. But if you give me a chance, if he has a couple of bad games, I got it locked and loaded in the holster.
I'm not done. All those people last night, the first play of the game, were starting to say, "Oh, I told you so."
Exactly. Okay. Couldn't handle it big time, and it was so perfect that on the other side was the number 1 overall pick.
Man.
And if you watch that game and you didn't know where they were picked, you're probably like, boy, both those guys were probably pretty high draft picks, weren't they?
Absolutely.
That's probably what you would have thought.
pretty darn special. And I think that people see, and I love Mac Jones. I love what he did, and he's made himself a lot of money this year. and he saved our bacon. We would not be here without him. And I feel bad because he's a little bit of the forgotten guy right now. But he doesn't have all of those tools that Brock Purdy has. He just doesn't. No. And there's no way that he's doing any of that, running the ball in for touchdowns, naked boot, doing all these things, putting pressure on people, understanding the dynamic of, getting out of the pocket and the ability to keep your eyes downfield and make a play, throwing the ball when you're sucking up defenders that think you're going to run. It's just not the same. And that's why the 49ers paid him. And that's why it's like being a 5-tool guy in baseball. Like, that's why you have him as your quarterback. Is he the tallest guy? No. Do balls get batted down every once in a while? Yes. Does he have to throw over? Yes. But he's got great touch. He's got a pretty strong arm, as we saw a couple nights throwing those last night throwing dig routes and some of those balls on a line. Does he have a great touch? Yes. Does he have the ability to hurt people with his legs? Yes. If he wants to, or if he has to, he will. Yep. And my guess is Kyle might call a few more of those plays come playoff time where it's a designed run. But I get so sick and tired of, if he has an off game, everybody wants to say, oh, what a joke. This guy. It's like, it's because of his draft pedigree. And he's blown that out of the water now. And so you got to leave it alone. Understand everybody has ups and downs. Look at some of the best quarterbacks that we've had for the last 5 years have struggled this season. A lot of them have, and we can name them all. But they bounce back, and then they have another good game. And it's about having the ability to come out and still be the best when you need to be. But Brock Purdy's playing at a level right now above almost every quarterback at these last couple weeks.
Game has always seemed slow for him, I think. First game he came up against the Dolphins, and nothing fazed him. It just didn't look like he was out of place. And very rarely do I feel like the game speeds up for him, that it's whizzing by. And anybody that's ever played professional sports can tell you the game's a lot of fun and it's a lot easier when it just slows down and you can see everything. Because when everything's like racing by you, it's hard enough. But whenever you're like, what was that? Who was that? Wait, it's like, oh, damn, this is tough. And so I got Babs coming up with the good stuff today. First player in NFL history to throw 3 TDs, run for 2 TDs, and throw for 300 yards in a game. Wow. First player, NFL history. And guess what? So much for the, but he has all these weapons crowd.
Yeah.
How could he not succeed? Look at all the weapons. Look at all the weapons. Thanks, Babs. Look at all the weapons this guy has. Yeah. And look, I don't mean to diminish. I think Pearsall is going to end up being a guy you're going to look at and go, yeah, he is a good weapon. He is a good weapon. But at this point, we know who Jennings is. We know who Robinson is. We know who Bourne is. Like, they're solid NFL players. No doubt about it.
Yep.
And I think Tonjes is too. But they're not Ayuk. They're not Samuel. They're not Kittle. They're not that. I mean, but so anyway, we can move on.
Yes.
I feel like we didn't need to do that, but I felt like I wanted to. Because I felt like once a week when Purdy does something that no one in NFL history has ever done, then you feel like, you know what? Leave the draft behind, okay? Let's live in the now and talk about how good this guy is. I saw today that Kyle Shanahan now is pretty much dead even with Mike Vrabel in terms of odds for Coach of the Year. I still think Vrabel's getting it, but at the Niners win next week, I don't know how. I don't know if they have co-coaches of the year. I'm not sure, but I don't know how you give it. We were talking about this last night, Brent, that the Niners were actually favored to win the NFC West to start the year.
Yep.
I guarantee you halfway through the year, they would not have been favored to win the NFC West with all the injuries they sustained. And then you keep going through and think, golly. I mean, I won't list them all again, but it's like what they've done I don't know how you could do a better job, and in the best division in football too. So it would not surprise me. What Vrabel's 120, and what do they have? Where's Shanahan plus 200? Okay, so that's according to odds checkers. So those are your two favorites. Vrabel's still a favorite, but Shanahan's right there. I saw a book that had it closer than that, but that's still pretty close. Again, I still think Vrabel's going to get it, but if they beat the Seahawks, I mean,
yeah,
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know how you do a better job than what he's done.
You cannot. And I always feel like in those things, there's a tremendous bias for the East Coast. And I don't know if there's more writers that are out there, all the people that vote. But it just feels like the narrative gets set and you're not moving guys off of it. And obviously the Patriots have had a heck of a season. They've come out, but they have their four best players be sidelined for most of the season, or at least half the season, and two of them for the whole season. So I just believe that Kyle made a statement last night for sure, which was great. It was great to see.
So what do you do with, I mean, I don't know that there's anything to do with the defense. Like, I don't know that Saleh has and then everybody always seems to forget. I know Fred Warner's out, Bosa's out, but their first round draft pick's out too. Michael Williams is out. And one of your starting quarterbacks was out last night. Green was out last night. And then Stout got hurt last night. And then we already mentioned Williams, but the defense just decimated. So I don't know that it's like playing poker, and everybody else has 7 cards. You're playing 7-card stud and you're playing 5-card studs. Like, I just don't have enough cards. Like, maybe I can get it to work somehow, but to get it to work consistently is going to be tough. I don't know, what they can do. He doesn't like to blitz, and I probably agree with him, but when he blitzed last night, I thought it was mostly effective in getting Caleb Williams sped up. They didn't sack him, but he had some incompletions. But I'm just kind of resigned to the fact, Brent, that 28 is going to be you got to get to 28, because I don't know, maybe the defense can make a few plays here or there, but it just I mean, what are you going to do? You don't have the horses right now. I mean, they're all NFL players, they're good players, but it's like a bullpen that loses your 7th, 8th, and 9th inning guy, and you're like, oh, how come our bullpen sucks? Well, because these guys shouldn't be asked to do what they're doing right now. We have guys for that. They're just hurt. So all the guys that are playing right now can play in the NFL. They're good players, but they're being asked to do more than they're capable of doing. When they had Bosa and they had Warner and they had Williams, they had their role and they were able to do what they were paid to do, basically. Like, that's why some guys get paid a lot, some guys not as much. So you're asking guys that are making $5-6 million to be $20 million. They're just not capable of that. So I'm not saying you give up and go, like Salah's like, I'll see you guys Friday. I'm not coming in. I can't do shit with these guys. I don't know. What am I going to do? But I mean, that's kind of the reality of it. Like, what do you do? I don't know that there's much you can do.
I think our one advantage is with Darnold. We obviously know him and we know his strength, and we are very well aware of his weaknesses. And we're going to probably highlight his weaknesses and do everything we can. And I don't know if that means he doesn't see the corner on the backside on a blitz, or if there's certain blitzes or certain coverages that give him more problems. You'd have to be in the 49er meeting room. But I do believe that gives us at least a little advantage versus Caleb Williams that I thought he'd been progressing this year in a pretty good way. And outside of missing a few throws last night, I thought the kid was a stud. And he's really developed. And I, coming into this year, I was, on the fence about him. So I'd much rather go against a guy that his mindset, what he thinks. He spent some time on your team. And so I think all those things, there'll be a psychological evaluation this week, I'm sure, as well as the physical things that he doesn't like and the coverage looks. And we're just going to have to emphasize those and hopefully hit on one or two of them and get a turnover or two. Certainly the Rams did when they played, got in his head a little bit, and we have to get in his head, and I'm betting on us. I think we'll play better defensively this week, obviously, than we did last night. But that's not saying much. But I do think that. But I also think that we're going to have more of a challenge offensively against one of the better defenses in the NFL this week. And in all honesty, I wouldn't be surprised to see us play Seattle again down the road. Really don't want to play them there. So this game is so important. I mean, obviously playing at home, going from a 1 seed to a 5 or 6 seed is devastating, and it's going to happen to us or the Seahawks. So let's make it be them.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I haven't looked at all the possibilities of how it works out. I want to say if the Niners lose, they'll probably end up being a 6. If the Rams win out,
5 or 6.
I think, I could be a 5. It'd be nice if it was a 5. The only problem with the 1 seed is you're probably going to play the Rams the first game, but they're going to have to play. But you'd worry about that. You'd take that problem. Like, we'll deal with that. We'll deal with somebody coming into our house and trying to play them. That's the only team I look at and go, I wouldn't mind staying away from them as long as possible. I still think they're the best team in the NFC, maybe the best team in football. So, but who knows? You got to go play on the road. I don't think they would lose to Tampa or to Carolina, but guess what? Didn't Carolina just beat them? Carolina just beat them in Carolina a couple of weeks ago. So, I mean, it could happen. I mean, it's a possibility, and you don't know who you're going to play.
Yeah, it's weird to think about it because, to be honest, if you're the 5 seed, you probably have a much easier matchup than being the 1 seed, which is silly. That's what's wrong with the NFL playoffs. They got to figure out how to seed these teams correctly. Because I think just a division from a crappy division, a division winner shouldn't have preference over anybody. Just because you won your stupid little division that's crappy shouldn't mean you outrank the better teams in the league. It's frustrating.
So how do you do it? By record then? So you're saying Seattle and the Rams would be ahead of either Tampa. Like Tampa or the Carolina Panthers would be the 7 seed regardless.
Yeah. In my world. But it's hard to analyze that because sometimes you can have more losses because your division is strong. Like arguably the NFC West is the best, and we've got 3 teams with spectacular records that are amongst the best in the league versus Carolina and Tampa, where their division's crappy and so are they, and somehow, some way they're going to get a home playoff game. It just doesn't feel right.
Yeah. No, I think I'm with you, and I think the NBA does that now. I don't think they worry about divisions. I think it's just straight record seeding by record. I don't know what year they did away with because it used to be if you won your division, you had a worse record, you still got home court, which didn't make a lot of sense to me. And I wanted to ask you because you were talking about Darnold and him being here, so they know Darnold a little bit. I don't think I've ever asked you this. You may not know the answer since you're on the offensive side of the ball, but were there things Seifert did and the Niners defense did against Joe when he went to Kansas City that because he was with the Niners so long, they figured these are things he likes, these are things he knows. Let's see if we could take it away from him. Ultimately, it didn't work, but
it didn't work. You know what, Tom? I think anytime you have a guy and you understand the way that he plays the game, the way that he thinks about it mentally, it certainly would give you at least an advantage on paper. Joe didn't have a whole lot of weaknesses, so there weren't that many things to capitalize on. And certainly Sam Darnold is a solid player, but he's no Joe Montana. But I think there's plenty of time where the offensive coaches would spend some time with the defensive coach and say, hey, this is this is that. And obviously some of them already know that, but it doesn't hurt to emphasize some of those things. And does he have, certain ways that he play fakes? Does he have a tell on certain if he's going to go to his right or left or run pass? It was a different game because shotgun really wasn't a thing back then.
It wasn't. You're right.
Now it pretty much is all the time. And so, but yeah, no, it goes into every game that you go match up against someone that was there, and and they're a difference maker in the game plan. You definitely spend some time on that during the week.
I thought of Joe last night, actually, and the reason I thought of him wouldn't bring back pleasant memories for him, I know. But when Purdy rolled out right and pulled up short, it looked like he was going to throw it back to his left, and Booker was coming from behind him, and he saw him he ducked just a little bit, and Booker just, I immediately thought of Bert and Joe Montana when Bert just drilled him from the backside. Remember when against the Giants in the playoffs? I think it was in the playoffs when he just pulled up and Bert just buried him. I thought he broke him in half. I thought, oh my God, that's the end of Joe Montana. I had flashbacks to that because as soon as Purdy pulled up and I go, oh God, get down, please. And then the last minute he got a dunk. I go, woo, because that could have been really, really bad. Although football, I don't want to say it's a gentle game. I think it's a little gentler than it used to be. Like guys used to try to hurt you. I think more than they do.
It's much
more
gentler.
than they do now. Yeah,
it's drastically different.
Yeah. I don't know if Booker would have had the bad intentions that Bert did. Bert probably was trying to cut him in half. He's like, hey, it's my shot.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's what I had in my when he was coming. I was like, oh, please get down because I could just see him right in the spine, and that could have been really bad.
Yeah,
that could have been really bad. Yeah, you would know. Guys were a little nastier back then.
Guys were a little nastier, and they didn't care, and there were no rules. And you throwing your body weight on a guy was expected, and everything else you could throw at him. If you could twist his ankle or step on it or you name it, break his finger, it didn't matter. It literally didn't matter, and that was just part of the game.
I wanted to ask you, going back to I don't know if I asked you about this, maybe I did, but since we're talking about former teammates you're playing against, one of the guys I don't know why I was surprised to see him at your Hall of Fame dinner was Charles Haley. It was pretty cool to see him. I didn't get a chance to go say hi to him. I told you I was like, still, I'm a 60-year-old man, but I was like, oh, it's Charles Haley. I don't know if I want to go say hi to him. It's still intimidating. Just he's walking around, he's intimidating. What was it like playing against him after having him as your teammate?
Man, it was intense. And certainly you knew him, you knew his moves, you knew the things, you knew his strength, his explosion off the line of scrimmage, and his relentless pace. And so it was spectacularly tough preparing for him, just because they could line him up inside, outside, here, there, and you just knew what a beast he was. One of the times that we played against him, we took advantage of his aggressiveness in certain alignments. He tried to kind of knife through and cut across your face as a tight end, and we had a play, kind of a trap play, and we ran it 2 or 3 times against him. And every time we got him to bite, and we'd run the trap, we'd give it exactly like that, and Steve it would be a QB keep naked, and he fell for it all 3 times. And so sometimes when you got someone that's super aggressive, you can take advantage of it. But I wanted to play against Charles Haley about as much I wanted to play against Lawrence Taylor, because that there's a couple guys that can make you look bad and kill your quarterback, and you didn't want to be the guy forever on a highlight film where you whiff and he takes out your quarterback. And there's only a few guys that have that potential, and he was certainly one of them. And he would have wanted to take out Steve or Joe in their heyday, I promise.
You didn't want to be Lawrence Phillips?
No. Yes, that is correct. That doesn't get played enough. But you're right.
Not kidding. I think he might be RIP. I think.
Oh, you know what?
Pretty sure. Yeah, I think he passed away a few years ago. I don't know if he was in prison or not. But anyway, that was when Steve's career ended. I don't know why I'm chuckling. It wasn't funny. It wasn't funny. It wasn't funny at the time. It's not funny now.
Not funny, but we're smiling because it's an uncomfortable funny because
it is
like, oh well, I guess.
Aeneas Williams, look out! Oh,
you could cue that up next time you have Youngster on and go.
Oh,
tell us about this play.
Yeah. What do you see here in this? What do you remember about this play?
What do you remember about this play?
not a whole lot. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so if that were to happen, and look, it happens occasionally where you may get out of your stance slow. You may, just stumble a little bit, or they may just catch a flyer and get by you. When they get by you, are you yelling like "look out"? Or what do you do? Because it's got to be a helpless feeling, like you just know.
I think you just yell. I don't think you have a planned strategy for that.
You yell, "Look out! Look out!"
Yeah. Yes, or something.
Now, what do you say as you pick them up off the turf? You peel them off the turf. Do you say "my bad"? Or is it just understood? Like, of course it's I don't need to tell you that. Like, I've always thought, like, I don't need to tell you all the time that I know I screwed up. I don't need to tell you that. You know that I know that. And like, let's just go on with our job. Or do you feel some sense of like, damn, man, that looked like that hurt. I should probably say at least I'll say, I don't think guys said "my bad" back then. I don't think that was part of the vernacular, but sorry or just.
The good thing is I might have been part of giving up a sack or two over my career. I can't remember it, but I'm sure I had some responsibility. But I promise you, I'd say sorry, bro. That would be my thing. I guarantee you, I got laid out over the middle multiple times, and neither one of those clowns ever said sorry, bro.
They never said sorry.
No. It's just like that was just part of the game. All of a sudden it became, with the concussion thing, all of a sudden, just remember how many times you used to have the top 10 hits of the week and you could hardly.
Oh, yes. I love them. They're the best.
Just like knockout shots. And it would be awesome. Yeah. Like that's what made football great. And now it's almost, you can't celebrate those things. Now it's, he's spearing, or that was a blow to the head, or helmet to helmet. Yep. It's like, whatever happened to that was awesome. Freaking way to lay that guy out. Like the guys that laid me out, I'd high five them after the game. That was a freaking great shot.
After you got the feeling back in your limbs.
Yeah. I mean, that was just it.
See Brent getting laid out.
Oh, for
Brent
sure.
Getting laid out and then high-fiving guys like this, like lifting his arm up because he can't.
Give me a high five.
Did you ever get missiled by Chuck Cecil?
Absolutely.
Oh God, he was a dangerous weapon. He was a menace to everybody on the field.
Like 1,000% was. I guarantee you, he hit some friendly fire too on his own team. But the guy was pound for pound, maybe the hardest hitter I had ever seen. Rodney Harrison was pretty damn good too. Who else was? Mark Carrier from the Bears was freaking legit. But Cecil could crush you if he had a shot at you. And I mean, you have a shot if you go across the middle and you're exposed. So you either don't get the ball soon enough or it's high, and then boom, there you go. And that's part of the game we play.
How Chuck Cecil is not
I saw
paralyzed.
Chuck Cecil headbutt a guy last year, and his head was bleeding. He's coaching
because he had no helmet on.
Isn't he
Arizona
Wildcat?
Yeah, he's a Wildcat.
Yes. Now
he headbutted a dude with a helmet on. He had no helmet on, and it was a full-on. Yeah.
That's Chuck Cecil. He's a great dude. I saw him
he's
5 or 6 years ago.
Dude.
Yeah, he's a really good guy.
So let me give you. I'll give you a Chuck Cecil story. So it was after a game, and I forget what happened, but he'd had a few drinks, didn't want him driving. So I'm like, look, you can stay in my dorm. You can sleep on the bed. I'll sleep on the ground, whatever. And he was all like fired up about something, and like I was nervous, but I was like, God, I don't want to have to corral you. Like, we're just gonna stay in here. Here, I got a couple more beers. You can have a couple beers, chill out, and then you can go to bed. So we're in there, and he's like showing me this and doing this, and he's like kind of getting fired up. I'm like, Chuck, you got to calm down, please. Like, you're starting to scare me a little bit. So in the front of the dorm was the door, and to the left of the door from the outside was a window that went from the ceiling to the floor. And Anthony Cook, my teammate, walks by. And I mean, Chuck knows Anthony. They know each other. So he walks by, and because Chuck's doing all this stuff and everything, Anthony walks by and just like looks and like starts laughing. And Chuck sees him, and he goes, I don't know if he was out of his mind, like he didn't recognize Anthony at the moment. He goes over to the window, punches Anthony through the plate glass window. Through full on fist through the window, glass goes flying. Whoa. Anthony, I think, still has a scar like on his neck where a piece of glass got him. And then Chuck looks down, and I go, Chuck, you're cut. And he was cut on his hand. And I think there was a vein there because it just kept pouring blood. We were right across the street from the medical center. So I go, Chuck, we're going over to the medical center. I go, let's go. Get your shirt on. We're going to go over to the medical center. This guy's like walking over there, squeezing his hand, watching the blood like come out. And I'm like, Chuck, I go, God damn it. I go, I can't wait to get to the hospital and just like sign you over to somebody.
Yeah.
I'm done here. I go, I didn't sign up for this. I just wanted to go. I was supposed to babysit you for like 8 hours. Like, you're supposed to sleep, get up, you're feeling better. Okay, let's move on. Let's go on with our day. No, it just couldn't be that. And I was like, damn, if I'd have had my drape shut, he wouldn't have seen Anthony. That'd have been much better. So then I had to go home and like take care of my window, which is shattered.
That's a great, like, that's just a normal college story, but still a good one.
It's total Chuck story, the total Chuck Cecil story. And like, that's how he played. Like, he, again, when I say he was a menace and maybe the most dangerous player in the game at the time, he might have been just that.
Yeah.
Because he was a human missile. He led with his head. Like, that's how.
Yes, and he would launch like nobody.
Yes.
And somehow he would have just unbelievable velocity on his launch because he wasn't 220 pounds. He was probably 200 pounds soaking wet. But he could freaking launch like a mother and lead with his head and just crush you.
No, absolutely. So it's good to see Morstead still alive.
Yeah, that's nice.
He's out of the witness protection program.
He came out just to let everyone know. Made a nice little entree onto the field twice.
I like that. Morstead punts twice. That's one of our graphics. So you just want to make sure if his family's watching.
The second one almost cost us the game.
Proof of life was had last night. Okay, so let's before we wrap it up, let's go to this week. What are the keys in your estimation against the Seahawks?
Man, so obviously we got to rattle Darnold a little bit because they're going to score some points, but we're going to score some points too. That's number one. We really got to have another strong showing by our offensive line. I think you can tell early in the first quarter, watch our offensive line play. That'll give you a general idea how things are going. I think defensively, I'd rather make them be patient. Charbonnet has been pretty dang good running the ball the last 3 or 4 weeks, and he can hurt you. But I'd much rather have that than Jackson Smith and the Jigba crushing us over the top. So I'd rather play a little softer zone and give up make them march the length of the field and give us more opportunities to create a turnover than one and done on a deep ball. So I'd rather double the Jigba and Cooper Kupp's going to hurt you underneath here and there. Their tight end's pretty good, but really good, solid players, but no superstars other than the one wide receiver.
Yeah, I don't know what they're going to do. If they double him, try to take him out. I mean, other teams have tried to do that, and he's still gotten his carries, or he's still gotten his touches. So he's really good. I agree with you. I think they're going to have to score a lot. Darnold can turn the ball over. So if you can get a turnover or two, obviously that's going to help. But yeah, the running game will be big. Big news this week. We'll have to wait and see where Trent Williams is.
Yeah, and
Hammy's always scare me. Yeah, and Kittle.
Man,
I mean, the ankle to me, I feel like, okay, he can probably get that thing right if he can get it loose.
Yeah.
With an ankle, with a hammy, I've had multiple ankle sprains. Never had a hamstring, but everyone's had a hamstring injury says it could be 5 days, could be 4 weeks. You didn't never know with a hamstring, and then you're always fearful you're going to pull it again if you go back out there and do it too soon. So that'll be the big news this week. Is like, how's Trent Williams? How's he feeling? Yeah, and the Bats points out Rashid had the concussion yesterday, and he's a good returner. They've used him a little bit in the past game, not as much as he was used occasionally in New Orleans. But you're right. I mean, it's just in Jigba. Yeah, Barner's not bad. Barner's pretty good.
Yep.
And Kupp, they don't use Kupp a ton, but we all know what Kupp can do.
Yeah, I'd rather get beat underneath right now than over the top. And the Jigba is as good as there's been this year in the league. So don't really want him gouging us. So we're going to have to get some pressure at some point. And we're going to have to come up third down. We're going to have to get some stops. It felt like, and I know that wasn't the case. I think they converted, 6 of 12 or 7 of 12. It felt like 12 of 12 when we were watching the game. Because then they converted a couple of fourth downs, so it didn't matter that their third down ratio wasn't good because they went for it on fourth down and converted.
Yeah, exactly. Third down, they were 6 for 12 and 2 for 2 on fourth down. So basically, that converts to 8 for 12.
Exactly.
And the Niners were 8 for 10. They were 7 for 10 on third and 1 for 1 on fourth.
How did 8 for 12 feel like 12 for 12? Like
I don't know.
And it's funny. And I mean, I don't want to rip our defense too hard, but it wasn't like we stopped them. Like they had a couple of drops on some, and then Williams made a bad throw or two, and it was like, oh man, we got lucky. So
the one at the start of the third quarter, they had a 3rd and 14, and they got it easy. I want to say it was Walker that maybe caught that, and I was like, how are you that wide open on a 3rd and 14? And that's when I turned to Berg and I just go, look, no one's stopping anybody. I go, I don't care if it's 3rd and 30. They're going to find a way to get a 3rd and 30. That's the game. That's the game you're playing. It's going to come down to who gets a touchdown and who gets a field goal. And they were lucky that they held the Bears to a field goal, because that was going to be the field goal that turned into a touchdown, because Bethune had the 15-yard penalty. And I'm like, what are you doing? You had him stopped and you can't do that. And he did it. And then they held him to a field goal anyway. So it didn't end up biting him. But man, that was frustration at that point.
For sure.
That was rough. So they held him to a field goal, and then they held him out of the end zone altogether at the very end. And that was the game. That was it. So you get out of there and you're like, whoo, baby. Like, hey, how about that? We got another, we dodged another. Like, there again, I used this phrase early in the season, but they're dancing in between raindrops this year. They're just like boop, 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 boop.
They really are.
Can't get me.
Saturday night will be another.
It's
not going to be a 17-point victory either way. So get ready for another wild one.
Another wild one. And if they get the number 1 seed, it'll be one of the most unlikely number 1 seeds in recent history. From the standpoint, not from an odd standpoint, because they were actually favored to win the West before the season started. But from a halfway standpoint, guarantee you they were going to be third by a decent margin. It was going to be Rams, Seattle, and then them. And if they find a way to win this, it'll just cap off an amazing regular season. Like, because no one halfway through the year saw this coming. I sure as hell did. And I was like, hey, just make the playoffs. That'll be a great year. And then just roll the dice and see what happens. And then all of a sudden it's like, wait, what happened? What? They got a chance for the number 1 seed? Get out of here. I'm not even drinking. They must be right.
How could that even happen when the Super Bowl's in Santa Clara and we've lost half our team for most of the season? It's like crazy. But here we are.
Here we are.
Blast.
Here we are. What do you got going on before I let you go? What do you got going on for New Year's? Anything?
I haven't planned that far ahead yet. Oh, I get to go to the doctor, so maybe I get this thing off. That'll be great.
Oh, that'd be fantastic.
So I'll celebrate. So by the time it's midnight in New York, I'll be in bed probably.
Why does that not surprise me?
And that actually is 11 o'clock here, so it could be maybe I'll be doing like Australia.
What is bedtime for you? 10?
Yeah, pretty much around that.
And then get up 6?
Yeah, 6:30.
I mean, you're not still working anymore, are you? Like, do you dabble?
Yeah, no, I'm working, sort of.
Are you?
Yeah.
Okay, I know. I mean, I figured you were.
Dude, this would be a crazy podcast, but yeah. No, they asked if I wanted to come back and help my old firm. So like 3.5 months ago, I said, okay, I'll do that. And it's been wild. It's been woolly. It's been fun. It's been a little rewarding, but long story.
a little rewarding.
But it's been good. Like my brain cells, it's like I don't sit around every day and go, oh, let's see, what am I going to do? I think I'll go take a nap, go hit some golf balls. Go.
Yeah, I know. That's kind of where I'm at. That's kind of one of the reasons I wanted to do this, just because I wanted to laugh and keep my brain cells firing a little bit, because there are times, and then when there's days there's no show, I just kind of sit around and go, what do I do? What do I do today?
Exactly. Boredom is your enemy.
I know. It's like, when first game doesn't start till 4. It's 1:30. Okay, I guess I could read for an hour, and I could do. God, this sucks. What are we doing? What are we doing? I gotta do something. Oh, what are we doing back there? I never know what he's doing. And so anyway. Well, I'm glad you guys had a great Christmas. Tell Dana and the fam that I said hi, and next time we talk, we'll know playoff seeding. We'll know where everybody is.
I can hardly wait.
We'll have all the schedule mapped out. We'll be good.
It's gonna be great. Give my best to Lori and the family.
Absolutely.
Kaysen, your admirer, said to say hi.
That's right. Yes, Kaysen. She loved Kaysen. Kaysen was Brent's youngest grandson, who, when we were at the Hall of Fame dinner, was tying his shoes. And Lori told him how snazzy he looked in his suit. And he just looked up at her and he goes, "You're beautiful." So Lori's a big fan. Big fan of Kaysen. A huge fan.
He is a charmer. He's
definitely a charmer. And thank you so much. You guys sent the Kringles out.
Yeah.
That was awful.
Have you ever had a Kringle?
I thought, you know what? Here's a funny story. I used to get a Kringle once a year. We'd get one from Kipe.
I think that's how we discovered him.
Is it really?
Yeah.
It's the same company. When it showed up at the door, I go,
together. So
I go, what's Kuiper doing sending me a Kringle? I go, I mean, I love Kipe, but I didn't expect to get it at the house. And then I was like, it's not from Kipe, it's from Brent and Dana. I go, what? I go, maybe they found out about it through Kipe, and sure enough, you did.
Yeah, and they're legit. And ours didn't come, so everyone was getting them. And
ours
came the other day. So I actually was pounding some of it this morning. Never go wrong.
So good. Glass of milk and a Kringle.
Good. Oh my God.
Come on. It's absolutely incredible.
Right now and have some.
Racine, Wisconsin.
The best.
Is where the Kringle factory is.
I mean, they must send out billions of those things from that place.
Oh, I would imagine they do. So we drove by Racine when we went up to Wisconsin. We were in Chicago to see the Bears, Niners, and the Cubs and the Giants. And then we drove up to Wisconsin because the Giants were playing the Brewers. So we go, let's drive up there and go see them too. This is like 4 years ago. And we drove through Racine, Wisconsin. And I was like, oh, I go, Racine. I go, this is where Kipe's from. This is where like the Kringle factory's from, all that stuff. So I took a picture of the Racine sign and sent it to Kipe and everything. But the funny thing is, every time I see the Kringle, I haven't seen it in a while, but Racine, the city of Racine in Wisconsin, I have a flashback to the movie The Untouchables. Did you ever see The Untouchables with Kevin Costner?
Multiple times, yes.
Okay, so, and again, because I'm getting old and I'm blanking on his name, who was the his co-star in that movie? He was like the original 007.
I know, I can picture his face, but Sean Connery.
Sean Connery. Thank you, Sean Connery. So remember when spoiler, it's like 30 years old, so I hope I don't ruin it for you. Remember when Sean Connery got murdered at the end? That albino dude in the white suit, the gangster guy, on his matches, he had the address to where Sean Connery lived, and it was Racine, Wisconsin.
Look at you. I would say, yeah, I remember that, but I remember the matches, but I don't remember.
Or it may have been Racine Street in Chicago, because it's definitely. But I remember Racine. So every time I see Racine, I think of the movie Untouchables. Like, I mean, that's not really neither here nor there. And I don't know why you would find it all that interesting to be.
Because I love the movie and I love Kringles and I love Kipe. So it all makes sense.
We all love the same thing. We all love Kipe.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you for that. Appreciate it. And I'm gonna let you run. I tell Dana we said and I'm going to let you know, I'm going to take a picture of the tuna casserole for you.
Oh, I can hardly wait.
Scrumdiddlyicious. Maybe I'll mail some to you. I'll put it up.
Yeah, please.
To you. Tell the fam I said hi, Brent.
All right, buddy.
All right, take it easy, next week. All right, sounds good, man.
See you, brother.
See you, man. Oh, that's so good. Yeah, the Brent sent us a Kringle. I thought, did Kipe? Kipe's the only one I've ever got a Kringle from. It's like a pastry, like a round pastry. I got frosting on it and stuff, and then this one had pecans in the middle. Some of them have like fruit filling in the middle. A cherry one, strawberry one. They have a whole bunch of them. It's a Kringle. It's called a Kringle, and I think it's from the place is called Kringle, or maybe it's not. I don't know, but you can look it up. You can probably order one if you want to, because I doubt Kipe's probably not going to send you one, and so. All right, we're going to find out. And I think, hold on a second. Let me get this for you and give you the schedule. We're probably not going to do a show Thursday, Friday. I wouldn't think. Although maybe Friday. We'll see. When's the first? Thursday? Maybe we'll try to do a short one Friday. That'll be the second. I have a game that night, but we could do it earlier. Maybe we can do Dennis and just kind of get a breakdown of all the games. Yeah, maybe we'll do Friday. Wednesday, we'll see. That's New Year's Eve. But tomorrow, Steve Kerr will join us. So we'll find out what's going on with the Warriors and Steve. They got a game tonight in Brooklyn, lost last night to the Raptors. Good Lord. It looked like they forgot how to play basketball last night at the end of the third quarter. Like, she's falling down, throwing it all over the place, getting trapped and throwing it across court. So we'll get his thoughts on the Warriors, but Steve said all good for tomorrow. So we will have a Steve Kerr show for you. Either we'll record it tomorrow, maybe we'll play it tomorrow, maybe play it Wednesday. We'll see. Depending on what time he can do it. And then Friday, maybe a short show, maybe like a little reaction show to what happened on New Year's with all the college football playoff games, because we got the Ohio State Miami game Wednesday night, and then the other three on on New Year's on Thursday. So yeah, maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll plan on that. So we'll do Steve, and then anything else, and then Friday college football playoffs, kind of a reaction, and maybe Dennis for the last weekend of the season. Sound good? I like it. I like it. All right, I want to thank Brent. Oh no, where'd you find that? Nash Bridges. I was a club bouncer on an episode of Nash Bridges back in the day. Had the hair and everything. Funny story about that is Don Johnson comes bombing down the hill in San Francisco, right, and goes into a club, and the crowd's supposed to be quiet, and I'm the bouncer, and I'm supposed to look at him kind of like tough because he says, I'm here to see so-and-so. And I'm like looking at him like this. And I was like talking, like trying to keep the crowd like, hey, everybody. Blah, blah. But I wasn't supposed to. You're supposed to just like, because here comes Don Johnson. They got sound. They're playing the music over it. They're not supposed to hear you. So here he comes bombing down the hill in his car and everything. And he gets there. And because I'm talking, somebody said, cut. It starts to take over. And Don Johnson goes, who the fuck was talking? And I was like, oh. Hey, who's talking out here? Stop talking. So the next time he came down, I was like, don't do that again. Don't do that again. But yes, I was the I was a bouncer. Oh my gosh. All right, we got any other comments? You want to throw some comments up there? Yep, Vernon went to the stands. Vernon Maxwell went to the stands. I think that was something about his son. I don't know if like a kid died. I don't want to say exactly what it was, but I think it had something to do with something that happened to his family, like a kid or something like that. And then somebody in the stands said something, and then he must not have known Vernon. Of course, Vernon was going to go into the stands. They didn't call him Mad Max for no reason. That guy was also a menace. Like he died. Yeah, I wouldn't mess with. I'm much bigger than Max. I wouldn't mess with Max. Not unless I had to. No good reason to mess with Max. Yeah, he was wild. And so, but yeah, I do remember that. And so yeah, we're gonna see how the casserole. I don't know what happened. I just woke up this morning and go, yeah, tuna casserole sound like I don't know why I wanted to make a casserole. Casseroles to me generally, you're like, yeah, I don't know what do I want a casserole for, but I don't know. I just thought, can I get a tuna casserole with like some nice ingredients in it? So I always try to get the best ingredients the best I can. So yeah, I got some parsley and some spinach and some green in there. So maybe throw some cilantro in there. If capers, garlic. So yeah, I'll let you know how it goes. Again, I haven't even thought about it in like years. Like, why would you think about making a tuna casserole? But we're gonna find out. Everybody's gonna find out at the same time tonight. Oh yeah, my Mike was much better than Nash Bridges. Yes, my fledgling acting career that took off. He's lean, he's mean, he's 13. I think is what it was. What a line! I thought I delivered it very well too. I was a little out of my element on that one. I had to play a color analyst on TV, so gave it my best shot. I think it was me and Hannah Storm that did it. You don't know how many kids I got coming up to me, told me, lean, mean, 13. Oh, wasn't Leonard Marshall, Babs? I thought it was Jim Burt. I thought he hit him. I thought Burt was the guy that almost busted his back. I'm foggy. That's a long time ago, but I will trust Babs on this one. That it was Leonard Marshall. That you guys would know. I was down south watching that one. I wasn't up here reacting to all of it. So yeah, I don't know if you get a hankering for casserole or not. I did. So we'll find out. We're gonna find out if this thing turns out okay. Okay, let me go back to the point I was going to make, though. You don't know how many kids I got when I took my kids to school that, like, parents had seen that movie. Oh, hey, he's lean, he's mean, he's 13. It's like, can you say that? No. What do you mean? Can I say it? You mean just go? He's lean, he's mean, he's yeah. Oh, that was cool. Like Mike. I've never seen the movie. I haven't seen it 1 month. What was it? Little Bow Wow? I think it was in the movie, if I'm not mistaken. My kids saw it. My kid's friends saw it. All that. So yeah. But the Nash Bridges, that was the pull. Not many people have seen the Nash Bridges, so I don't know why you'd want to see the Nash Bridges. Oh, that's a pretty cool show, but then see, pick me out of an episode. So anyway, all right, we gotta give me if you get any more comments, I'll take them. If not, when you get out of here, Steve Kerr tomorrow or Wednesday. Nope, didn't fry a turkey. You know, I've done that one time and it didn't work. Now, I've done it twice. One time worked out well. One time I killed the meat. All the meat was gone. Did a prime rib this year. Did a prime rib, carrots, Afghan mac and cheese, apple cobbler, mashed potatoes. Did we do mashed potatoes? Maybe we didn't do mashed potatoes. I don't know. I was kind of out of it that day. I got to be honest. It wasn't a feel good Mr. T day. It was kind of a 24-hour smack you in the face type deal, and you wake up the next minute. You feel okay the 26th. 25th, not a great day. You know I wasn't feeling good if I wasn't doing the game. So, anywho. But no, I did not fry a turkey this holiday season. I still got the fryer, though. Maybe I'll do it. Only problem is there's so much oil.
Spurs with 27 points. That kid was unbelievable.
Did I just see the Admiral saluting him at the end of the game? You know, Cambridge's contract makes him the youngest and the shortest person ever to sign a deal with the NBA. He's lean, he's mean, he's 13.
Yeah, now all the kids are going to.
Thanks. Look at that. The freaking turtleneck. The mock turtleneck. That was my go-to outfit back in the day. Never wore a tie. I look back, I'm thinking, God, I probably should have wore a tie a little bit. The mock turtleneck. It seemed good back then. I don't know. Is that in style now? Sometimes. Sometimes if I can get away with wearing shorts, yeah, I'd wear shorts. Couldn't see anything. Table was there. So, yeah. I may have been wearing the whole suit. I may not have been wearing the whole suit. You'll never know. Maybe I was just wearing underwear. Anna just wants to know if Nelly's ever called out his team. You kidding me? Yeah, back then, coaches weren't as gentle with their players. It was it was almost like sport calling out your team. They had no problem calling out their team. They had no problem calling out players back then. Nowadays, coaches kind of suck it up and keep that to themselves. But yeah, no, JJ kind of let them have it. Let the Lakers have it. He's always been on about the conditioning, but he let everyone kind of have it. So, be interesting to see how they respond to that. Players aren't built like they used to be built. The players could handle that. I'm not saying they liked it, but you can handle it more. Now, just players, they don't grow up that way. They're just a little more coddled, and I'm not saying better or worse. That's the way it is. They're not used to hearing the harsh realities that they may not be the best player ever. They might have to deal with some hard truths about defense, effort, rebounding, competitiveness, all that stuff. Coaches had no problem laying you out back in the day. None. Now it's like, oh, I don't know. Because some guys go right, and it's not so much like, oh, I don't want to, because he doesn't like it. They did go into a tank. Some players would just go right into the tank. It's like my man and grandma's boy. And that's what it'll end up being. So I am interested to see how the Lakers handle it. Stars usually handle it worse than role players because role players are used to it. Star players don't generally get that type of rough treatment. So we'll see. All right, I'm going to get out. Appreciate you guys joining. As always, like, subscribe if you want. Hell, tell a friend. Why not? We're having a good time here. And we are going to have Steve Kerr on either tomorrow or Wednesday. So that'll be fun as well. And then we'll let you know about the schedule. Maybe we'll do that, and then we'll do a Friday show, kind of a, like I said, a college football playoff recap. I'll be locked in watching all those games. And then I got a Warrior game that night. Busy Warrior schedule over the next month. I think I have like 10 games between now and the third week of January or end of January. A lot of games coming up in January, a lot of home games. So, but we'll do the Niner playoffs and all that kind of stuff. And then once we transition out of football, we'll start digging in more on the entire NBA, more hockey stuff. We'll get Drew on hopefully once a week, once football ends, and we'll start kind of digging into hockey. The Sharks have been fun as hell this year. And Macklin Celebrini, man, Shark fans, you got one. You had one. You had one of the best players in the game, Hall of Famer, Joe Thornton, that type, but you got another one. This guy's the real deal. And the young core that they have there, fun to watch this year. So we'll transition into all that. So I hope everybody has a great day, and I'll look forward to reading your comments, talking to you, hearing from you either tomorrow or Wednesday when we have the head coach of the Golden State Warriors, Steve Kerr, on. Until then, see ya.
And remember this, Tommy T, cash and tickets is what it's all about.